All right. Hi, everybody. We are so excited to have you join us today. So really quickly, we'll introduce ourselves so you can get to know a little bit more about us, and then we will jump right in. So I'm Nikki Royce. I'm a student development counselor with Metro College, and I am mainly in the U of L office.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rennie Davis, and I am also a student development counselor, and I am housed in the Houchins building.
All right, so we're going to be covering several topics today that we hope will benefit you and your partners in working with our students. So just a quick run through with the agenda. We'll discuss some highlights of our program. We'll review how our educational benefits work with the student's bill and payment. We'll review ideal timelines for new Metro College students and current Metro College students. We will also touch on how we can all work together in supporting these students. Talk about how we work with U of L specifically to support academic and Metro College program retention efforts. We'll cover some tools we'll give to you and to our students so that you can utilize them and learn what a student agreement looks like that the students sign each semester. And then finally, we'll go over our career pathways that are created to help Metro College students transition into positions focused on their desired career fields. So in this section, we'll cover Metro College highlights, such as how our program works for students, as well as the payment process. So for anybody new to the institution, you may be asking, what is Metro College? So Metro College is a workforce development program among UPS, the University of Louisville, Jefferson Community and Technical College, and then Louisville Metro and Kentucky state governments. Our program is designed to provide tuition assistance while also supporting our students to achieve their career and their academic goals, all while obtaining employment skills working third shift at UPS. We have offices here at U of L, as well as the JCTC downtown and Southwest locations. This is a semester by semester program, and it's designed to remove barriers for our students. So when students sign an agreement, they're only committing for that particular semester, not for their duration of the time at U of L. So this allows for flexibility for internships, co-ops, additional academic requirements, life, etc. Our students are also eligible for tuition benefits at the Kentucky resident rate, book reimbursement, and bonuses, all for classes passed with a C- or better, and while earning $21 an hour and access to great health benefits at UPS. Even though the tuition benefits are capped at the resident tuition rate, we do welcome non-resident students to participate as well. Just keep in mind that they'll be responsible for the difference between the resident and non-resident tuition rates. And then finally, all Metro College participants do have to have a FAFSA on file and be awarded financial aid each academic year. So we do have 3 different office locations, and students can visit any office regardless of where they're enrolled at. All of our staff have access to both schools' PeopleSoft systems and are knowledgeable in the policies for each school. So at U of L, like Rennie mentioned, we are in the basement of the Houchins building, and we share space with the University Career Center. And then also both of our JCTC offices have recently moved to new spaces, so you can see their locations here. Appointments are strongly encouraged, and we do offer both virtually and in-person options. So in order to utilize Metro College benefits at U of L, students must meet one of the following criteria listed here. So a cumulative 3.0 high school GPA and a minimum 21 ACT or 1060 SAT composite score. Now, if the student does take one of the tests more than once, we will calculate the super score to determine their eligibility. They also can have 60 transferable college credit hours or earned an associate degree. Or finally, a cumulative 3.3 high school GPA if no ACT or SAT test scores were submitted to U of L. And that's a recent adjustment to our policy since U of L is now a test optional school. One thing just to keep in mind is it's only if scores haven't been submitted. So if a student does have a 3.3 high school GPA and test scores on file, but they're less than a 21 composite or super score, then they would need to talk to a Metro College student development counselor about their options. So if a student can't meet the requirements of working third shift at UPS, or they don't meet the eligibility requirements for Metro College, there is another tuition assistance program from UPS called Earn and Learn. So this is a tuition reimbursement program managed through EdCore, not Metro College. These students should complete the employer reimbursement reporting form through the financial aid office, which did previously go through the bursar's office to get that set up. Benefits for Earn and Learn include tuition assistance for up to $5,250 per calendar year for tuition, books, and fees with a lifetime maximum of $25,000. Students can work any shift at UPS, but they do still have to be part-time employees. More information on Earn and Learn can be found at upsjobsky.com. So one thing just to keep in mind too, Earn and Learn benefits are going to be an option for students who also eventually want to participate in Metro College but don't meet those requirements. Once a student completes 60 college credits, either at UofL or with transfer hours factored in, they can transition to Metro College benefits. So you can have your prospective students or those in the middle of the hiring process reach out to UPS via their recruitment email. So that's recruitme@ups.com. They can also apply to UPS through upsjobs.com. And one thing to note, if you haven't heard on the news recently, the hourly wage has increased to $21 per hour. So when the tuition's paid, the way that our program works is UPS always pays for half of the resident tuition charges. Then we look to see if the student's been awarded grants, including Pell, CAP, or SEOG. If the student does have any of those grants, those are applied to the second half of tuition. If a student doesn't have grants or the grants aren't enough to cover 50% of the tuition charges, Metro College and UPS will pick up the remaining portion of the bill. Keep in mind that Metro College does not pay for any fees on the account. So this could include housing, student recreation fees, meal plan, primary care health fee, lab fees, those sort of things. Now, since online classes and on-campus classes now have the same tuition rate, there aren't any out-of-pocket charges for online classes unless a student is in a fully online program and takes more than 12 hours. Metro College benefits are capped at the UofL full-time on-campus tuition rate. So quickly, we'll take a look at 3 different scenarios to how payments can be applied. So in the first scenario, you're going to see that the student does have grant money. So UPS paid for 50% of the tuition charges, and then the student's Pell and CAP grants were applied to the second half. Any leftover grant money can be used to go towards fees. In that second scenario, the student was not eligible for grants, so UPS and Metro College paid for all of the tuition charges. And then finally, in example C, you'll see that the student had some grant money, but not enough to cover all 50% of tuition, so Metro College kicked in the rest of the payment. Keys, other scholarships, and loans won't go towards 50% of tuition, and those are automatically going to be applied to the fees on the account.
All right, and then in this section, we're going to be talking about how we work together to support our Metro College students. So there are a lot of important deadlines associated with the Metropolitan College program, including different deadlines for new Metro College students and returning or continuing Metro College students. UPS is down in their hiring numbers right now, as we know many places are. So this year, the hiring deadline has been extended to October the 8th for fall Metro College benefits to allow for longer recruitment. These deadlines are communicated to prospective and current Metro College participants in several ways, through the Metro College website, emails, texts, and through the Metro College student portal and the MyMC page. In addition, Metro College staff reach out to students at various points of their journey to help students stay on track and meet deadlines. So new Metro College students need to sign their student agreement by the UofL semester tuition deadline to ensure tuition deferment and to minimize any out-of-pocket costs. So if a student is hired later in the semester, as indicated by the hiring deadline above, students are still able to access tuition reimbursement benefits as long as they sign their agreement by the semester agreement deadlines. All right, and then for our continuing students, the deferment deadlines are earlier than the tuition deadlines in order to address any issues that prevent students from signing their agreement and accessing education benefits. Typical issues that prevent students from signing include incomplete financial aid due to outstanding checklist items, advising holds, and past balances. Excuse me. Metro College staff monitor student records frequently to ensure timely access to education benefits. Continuing Metro College students who are not eligible to sign by the semester tuition deadline and do not have enough financial aid to cover their balance are instructed to make a payment arrangement with the bursar's office. Excuse me. So we encourage first-time Metro College students to enroll in 10 credit hours or less for their first semester with Metro College. Adjusting to college, as we know, can be difficult, and it becomes even more challenging when you add part-time work, and especially that of third shift. So for students who can adhere to this guideline, Metro College will pay for the D letter grades for this first semester only. So moving forward, we strongly encourage our students to enroll full-time to help them progress to graduation and earn Metro College milestone bonuses much faster. So if you have any students that are concerned about full-time enrollment for scholarship requirements, we do work very closely with the financial aid office. So students with any institutional awards like trustees, reporters, GSA, so that students can receive a one-time exception and enroll in 10 credit hours. Keys will automatically be adjusted based on the enrollment after the add drop date. We also encourage our students to enroll in classes that start at 2 p.m. or later to allow for more sleep after work. Since employment at UPS is a year-round commitment and we encourage part-time enrollment the first semester with Metro College, we do stress to MC students to enroll in summer classes to stay on track for degree completion and to maximize their benefits. And keep in mind that currently winter term classes are not eligible for Metro College benefits. And of course, as we know, online classes offer more flexibility, especially for that of a third shift schedule. So with the new tuition structure, online classes are charged at the same tuition rate as on-campus classes. So unless a student is an online degree program seeker, this won't cause them any extra fees like there used to be in the past. So if you're wondering how the student agreement works or how students get their information, we do have a module for you to review to see how the agreement is broken down and understand what is expected of Metro College students. And that's on our Metro College website, but you can use the URL there at the bottom. All right, and students have to earn a C letter grade or better to have a class paid for, with the exception of their first semester as an MC student, as long as they're enrolled in the recommended 10 credit hours or less that we just talked about. So there will be some scenarios where students may have enough aid to cover the cost of a class. Also, let's just say a student is enrolled in 15 credit hours. They withdraw from 3 but pass the remaining 12 credit hours. In that scenario, specifically, Metro College will pay for 12 credit hours. And as long as the student isn't enrolled in an online academic program, they wouldn't owe for tuition out of pocket. So if your students are thinking about or have withdrawn from a class or aren't able to earn a C letter grade or better, it's best to refer them directly to a Metro College counselor like Nikki or myself and the financial aid office, since every student's account will be unique. If they do owe a balance and need help paying for it, we will refer them directly to a student success coordinator. If the students need additional assistance, we do have partnership through Commonwealth Credit Union, and I'll talk a little bit about that later. And they do offer a gap loan. So the Commonwealth Credit Union Wealth Ambassadors will also meet one-on-one with students to help them create a budget and plan for emergency savings. So all current Metro College students have a Metro College student portal, the MyMC page that provides direct access to the Metro College student development counselors and access to specific benefit information. So in addition, all Metro College staff have access and profile set up in CardSmart. After a student has signed their agreement for a given semester, they are assigned to a student development counselor based on their last name. So the Metro College counselor will show up as a member of the student success team, along with their academic advisor, student success coach, and career coach. So students can reach out for help, and other faculty and staff can make referrals to Metro College students with any Metro College benefit or work-related issues the student has shared with you. So you can make the referral by selecting on CardSmart issue an alert on a student's CardSmart profile and selecting refer to a Metro College counselor. This what will happen with this is it'll open up a case for the student and staff on CardSmart, and it'll notify us via email. So are you working with a student who has questions about Metro College? If you're working with a student who has questions about their account, what the requirements are. If the student is not in the Metro College program yet, just have them reach out to askmetro@kctcs.edu, or they can call us. So for current Metro College students, they can reach out through their My MC page. Again, their counselor will be listed there. I'll show you that in just a second. And you can also submit a referral through CardSmart. So this is what the Metro College page looks like. That's me in the right-hand corner, but like if this was a student with the last name C through D, it would show me in the right-hand corner. So our dummy accounts have the last name dummy, so that's why I'm their counselor. You can see that on their My MC page. They can reach out directly to us, but not only that, they can also sign their agreements through this page, and they can schedule appointments. Another cool thing about their My MC page is we can send messages directly. So any important messages that we have, it can be sent through this, and then students can also review their benefits. They can view any past signed agreements, and they can access their book reimbursement form. The benefit summary looks really cool when it's all said and done, because obviously the number increases from 0. All right, and then as I mentioned earlier, the High Five program, this is a collaboration between Commonwealth Credit Union and the Metro College program to help students build wealth while they're in college and outside of college. So they'll meet directly with wealth ambassadors, and they can kind of set up what their goals are. As we mentioned, they're making $21 an hour, which is quite a bit of money, especially for a first-time college student. So we want them to be able to leave college with money in their pocket and some financial goals. And I will hand it back over to Nikki.
Perfect. So we are committed to supporting our academic, corporate, and community partnerships, and we know that academic and employment retention is critical for student success. So here are a few of our current retention initiatives. So we now operate on a cohort-based system to provide more comprehensive support to our students during their higher education journey. Our students are assigned to a student development counselor based on their last names after they've signed their first agreement. And then this gives the student one dedicated staff member to answer questions, the ability to develop a relationship during their time with MC as well. We're also conducting outreach on a regular basis where we do check-ins, provide recommendations, and remind students of important information and upcoming dates. So MC students are also eligible for priority registration, allowing them to register for classes that best support their third shift schedule. So as a part of our cohort model, we're actively reaching out to students and encouraging them to review their accounts prior to registration, just to ensure that they don't have any holds that prevent them from taking advantage of priority registration. Also, beginning this past spring, we joined advisors in reaching out to Metro College students who'd been identified as at risk of failing by their instructor, just to provide them with information on tuition payment eligibility, make reach and advising referrals, and also financial resources if students did choose to withdraw from those classes. First-time Metro College signers are also required to meet with a REACH academic coach at least once during their first semester to assist students in identifying unique learning strengths, develop individual plans for academic support, and promote self-confidence and independence. And then also students who had to petition to use MC benefits, they're required to meet with REACH a minimum of 3 times during that semester. So we hope that all students will continue to use these services throughout their journey. There's also a special section of GEM 101 that's dedicated to Metro College students. It's offered later in the afternoon to accommodate their work schedule, and it allows them to grow their community and support system outside of the workplace with other students who also understand their unique challenges. This summer, we also started reaching out to students who hadn't yet enrolled in the fall semester to encourage registration and help with any barriers. And then we're also reaching out to long-term stop-out students who are still employed at UPS to help get them back enrolled in classes and connect them with online learning programs.
All right, and then I'm going to touch on all the awesome career pathways that we provide students here through Metro College. So the first one we have here is the Norton Healthcare UPS Healthcare Career Track Pathway. This offers a tuition-free pathway to a healthcare career from 2 of the area's largest employers and community supporters. So students pursuing a healthcare career start at UPS using Metro College education benefits. Then they apply to become a Norton Scholar. Eventually, the student will transition to a part-time Norton Healthcare position while completing their education and receiving Norton Healthcare education benefits. So while at Norton Healthcare, students will have exposure to a variety of jobs, roles, and facilities to help them prepare for the workforce after graduation. We also have the Metro College Career Pathway through K through 12 teaching. Metro College has partnered with the UofL Alternative Certification Program that is designed to provide local school districts with qualified teachers while providing flexible and supportive route to the initial teacher certification. So students start first at EPS, working part-time, third shift, utilizing Metro College education benefits to earn an undergraduate degree outside of teaching. Once the student is accepted into the graduate program, they then transition to full-time teaching career at the rank 3 level while completing coursework to earn the Kentucky teacher certification. And then we also have technology credentials. So Metro College has partnered with the College of Education and Human Development to offer Metro College students in any major the ability to earn micro credentials and technology badges from various vendors such as Microsoft, IBM, and Google. This program is designed for students who are seeking to enhance work-ready skills using technology products and services. Participants receive individual career coaching to select badges and career pathway that fits their goals. So Metro College education benefits will cover any courses taken for this. And finally, we do have technology credentials for the computer science. So this provides a pathway for Metro College students to pursue technical careers in Kentucky while participating in an academic program that has course flexibility appropriate for a third shift worker. It's designed to provide the student a solid foundation and hands-on skills in computer science while allowing them to develop additional skills in other areas such as liberal arts, humanities, education, or sciences, excluding business. So Metro College students do have the opportunity to complete co-op requirements at UPS to ensure continued eligibility of Metro College benefits throughout the degree program that they're pursuing. So continue to stay tuned. We're always trying to build more career pathways for our students as we continue to build community and employer partnerships. So you can learn more about these pathways pretty easy on our website. If you don't want to use the URL, you can just jump on, and we do have a button at the top that says benefits, and it'll show career pathways. And finally, let's open up the floor for questions. I noticed a hand at the beginning. I think you all do have access to the chat. I'm going to go ahead and post in there. Eric, I'm not sure if you have access to the chat, but what I'll do is I'll just unmute you, okay?
Hey, I was looking at, when you had the tuition example, I saw that there were two different fee structures. Like one was a $5,000 fee structure, the one that was the example number 2, and the other was 6. Can you explain the difference in those two amounts?
Yeah, so those were just different tuition rates. So the 5,080, that's going to be based on a student who's enrolled in 10 hours. 6,087 is a full-time resident
Maximum.
rate.
Okay, so you were looking at it from a 10-hour registered student versus a full-time registered student. That makes sense now. Okay, thank you.
Cool, thanks for the question.
How do we get jobs there? I'm curious.
Right. I'm not sure if you meant it like that, but yeah, we're always talking about that at the office. We're like, wow, $21 an hour. But yeah, if you just have any students that are interested, they can do the recruit me at ups.com, and that'll connect them with a recruiter. And worst case scenario, if they don't want to do that, they just want to stop in the office, I'm happy to get them connected with somebody. And I think we have another question coming up. Somebody's typing in the chat.
Yeah, so book reimbursement, that's going to be on their MyMC page. So it is open now for this semester. But what they would do would just open up that book reimbursement page. It actually loads in the classes that they're taking each semester. And they fill out the form with the books that they purchase for each semester, submit it with copies of receipts, and that actually goes out to UPS.
And Morgan, it does just kind of walk them through if they're not sure and they can't remember all that information after they leave our offices. We just tell them to hop on to book reimbursement, and it kind of has like a step-by-step, and it'll walk them through what they have to do.
Looks like we got another question coming in too.
Sorry to keep changing slides on you all. I'm just trying to refer back to what we're talking about.
So with the housing, there was a housing credit for the Bellamy specifically, but it's through the Kentucky Loop program, which is specific to our JCTC students. It's changed a little bit, so students aren't required to live at the Bellamy anymore. They're just able to get to our housing stipend and then live where they want to. But again, that is specifically for JCTC students. But great question.
All right, and I'll give it another minute for any other questions.
And while we're waiting on that, at the bottom of the page, that is the link. We will get this presentation posted. So if you have staff members who weren't able to attend, new employees, later this semester, you'll be able to access this as well. So you can pull that up and share it with your colleagues. And if we don't have any other questions, we do have a quick video that we will share with you from one of our current students who has been very successful in this program. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you.
Hi, my name is Giselle Garcia. My hometown is here in Louisville, Kentucky. I attend the University of Louisville. I'm majoring in political science because I want to become a lawyer, and it has always been my dream to become a lawyer. I feel like there should be more people in powerful positions such as lawyers and doctors who are minorities. I feel ecstatic to be nominated for this award. I'm so happy that there is acknowledgement for students who work third shifts and who have such a completely different student experience than everyone else. I feel like we have to work twice as hard to get things done and to just be great students. And I am just extremely happy to be nominated and to be actually thought about for this. So thank you to Metro College. My advice to future Metro College students would be organized. Like, that is going to be your best friend in the long run. It's really easy to put sleep over homework, and that's fine. Just make sure that you are organized enough and you put yourself ahead so that you can be able to go to sleep and be able to do other things. But school always comes first, and you just have to remember that you need to put yourself in a good position in order to do these other things. Thank you so much to UPS and Metro College for allowing UofL students to have this opportunity to go to college debt-free, and it's just amazing. I'm very, very thankful for them, so thank you.
All right, so yeah, so that was Giselle, one of our current students. So you can actually check out more of our student spotlights on our website. So if you go to metro-college.com, you'll see one for one of our actually JCT CD UofL transfers e-show, and that will take you to the rest of our spotlight. So definitely, encourage you to check those out, see what our students are up to, how they're getting involved on campus, which is definitely a challenge. When you throw that in with work and night. So also, for those of you who don't know, this is Metro College Student Appreciation Week. So we'll be on site at UPS tonight and Thursday night to celebrate our students with prizes and things like that. So if you are working with any students this week, you can tell them Happy Appreciation Week, and there's also more information on that on our website as well. And if you all think of anything else, feel free to reach out to either Rennie or I. We're happy to answer your questions. And like we mentioned, this will be uploaded in a day or two, so you'll have access to this to share with your colleagues. So thank you all so much for joining us. And if there's anything else we can do to help you out, just let us know.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us.